talaga yung kanilang lineup. Sure, hindi medyo nawala ng opportunities yung ating mga Filipino imports upon playing there, but either way, if this makes the ecosystem like a little bit stronger for the Chinese MLBB ecosystem, then I think that they'll take it. But now they're gonna be going up against the full 5-man Filipino roster, and I'm very excited to see Team Falcons Philippines after quite a while. Nandito na sila ulit.
Gonna be the draft for game number 1, which is Team Falcons on the blue side. I believe na nandun pa rin yung Atlas na pinagpipilian. With the ban on the Belleric kind of tells me na mag-a-Atlas agad din sila dito. So yun yung abangan natin from our teams. And I feel like that's generally a good route to go for kasi hindi naman din napapalayo sa metagame natin. Ang dami niyang magandang sabihin na nating synergies at napakalakas din sa may gitna. So with the ban on the Belleric, that also prompts the Atlas ban. Okay, never mind. Na-open dito is the Phovius though, which Falcons really like to play.
Yup, and there you go. Una, buena maano agad.
Ling agad.
Parang na-miss eh.
Na-miss ko lang eh.
Parang na-miss eh. Di ba? Sinasabi na yung nakaka-miss lang kasi.
Wala eh.
Tumugtog eh.
Tumugtog. Pero open yung Hirara.
Ayan. Okay. You know what? You're right.
Ay, hindi.
Nakaban.
Sa una pala. So, Esmeralda muna para dito sa Guangzhou Gaming. I wonder what they pair this up with. Typically, pag ganito yung katapat, maghanap ka na pang invade Harif. I'm not so convinced about this.
I guess.
There was a time na ang I think more so 50-50 ang Harif versus Ling. Pero parang mas Ling-sided. Kasi natatakasan mo lang eh. But we'll see. For sure, may ibang plano ang mga tropa natin mula sa Guangzhou Gaming.
Oo nga eh. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung plano na yon, but I guess if it helps the Philippines' plan to execute even better, then it works for us. Sa ngayon, ay i-contemplate pa nila. Na-miss. Ang daming na-miss.
Sinabi ni Super Marco, Kyle, hindi naman pwedeng ikaw lang yung mag-throwback. Ako din. May skin ata ako dito. At nagpakawala na ang Team Falcons. Pinakawalan na ang lahat ng dapat pakawalan.
Ano ba ngayon? Wednesday pa lang, di ba?
Wednesday pa lang.
Way back Wednesday.
Throwback para kay Kyle for the Ling. Flap now on this Dyroth. Naging sikat din naman siya about that. Sana gamitin niya yung Guile skin. And Brody, the championship Brody, sana gamitin niya yung kanyang skin.
May nakakatawa kasi sobrang sobrang OG counter nung dirot sa Esmeralda eh.
Tama dyan.
That has always been yung sakit ng ulo ng mga Esmeralda users, ng mga Uranus users that dirot, and now they went to go with an intimidation hero gaya nung Hilda para kahit papaano ay hindi makapag-farm ng medyo matiwasay itong si Kyle in like the first few minutes of the game. But that, I think, is where the Brody and the Diroth is gonna be stepping in. So very early game centric yung nakuha dito na first 3 picks ng kupunan ng Team Falcons PH na pinangungunahan ni Coach Moody. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're gonna be expecting a little bit more damage pagdating ng middle portions ng ating laro now that the Eudora is officially taken out of the equation.
Yeah. It's gonna be the meta na sinasabi ng mga teams natin. We saw that in the previous series. I'm actually surprised na tumagal siya dito, pero ano naman to? Ito yung mga sinasabi ating fun surprise kasi makakita tayo ng isang Brody together with the Ling. This kind of tells us na kailangan strong mid to itong kukunin ni Ogwen as well as ni Haji dun sa kanilang last 2 picks. So what are the heroes that can be considered a strong mid? Nandiyan pa rin yung Lilia. The Khalid can be picked up. So sobrang throwback yan. Kung sakaling mag-Lilia Khalid sila, nasa 2023 na ulit tayo.
Nasa 2023 na ulit tayo. POV. You're in 2023.
Yan.
Diba? At yun yung mga bagay na gusto nating i-rewrite ng konti. Kasi nung 2023, of course, it was a heavily contested best of 7 series against Onyx Indonesia. Pero MSC kasi to, pare.
MSC na to eh.
MSC to eh. And in MSC 2023, it was Kyrie and Onyx ID that time that we hope to rewrite yet again, and they are still part of this competition and international tournament. So masasabi natin that the consistency has been there. There has always been moments of glory and power, pero sa ngayon, looking at it, yung Assassins, yun yata talaga ang pinupuntarya dito ng koponan ng Team Falcons PH. They don't wanna give anybody else a hero that would deem be comfortable para sa jungler nila. But an Eve is a curveball na ibinato nitong Falcons.
And this means na may option ang Guangzhou na mag-strong mid. Zushin, para sasabihin ko, the Farsa hindi na ganun ka ganda, but Zushin as well as the Hilda very strong in the mid lane and can actually invade the lane eventually. Not specifically yun yung reason kung bakit nila pinikto, but it also allows them to have a strong mid duo up against Team Falcons na pipiliin for sure na magkaroon ng gitna na malakas dito. So ano bang options para sa kanila? Lilia still there. The Gord is still also available, which also makes total sense here. There is no Marcel is open.
Oo nga.
Marcel is open. And so is maybe Glue for the Hilda. So ano tayo dito? Hindi kita tatanong ng hands kasi Glue Glue all the way
Pero yan yung Lilia. Nabanggit mo yung Lilia, matik na. Ayun yung Glue.
Okay.
I see it.
So
I see it from happening.
strong mid as we've mentioned. Ngayon, ano yung assassin? Ano yung jungler mo if you are Guangzhou? There is some benefit na mag-akay ka pa rin, I feel like, dito sa matchup na to up against the Ling. Nolan, pwede na pang match sa Ling kung sakali. I was just about to say, kung assassin, Nolan. Kung utility, Akai.
Okay.
At ang pinili ngayon ng Guangzhou is assassin.
Tapatan lang, no? Tapatan lang. I think that's the idea na binabanggit mo kanina. For everybody who has missed the start of the broadcast, Wolf was pertaining to 4 different assassins na ngayon, since nasa assassin meta naman na tayo, we can definitely say that the Nolan and the Ling have spiked up completely na sila yung madalas na pinaprioritize ngayon. Pero para sa Team Falcons, they've added a little bit more ingredients to the dish na hindi natin masyadong nakikita. Yung Brody and of course the Diroth, which were the first 3 picks, which is a pleasant surprise para sa Pilipinas if you think about it, because you don't usually see it as much anymore. Pero sa ngayon, magiging maganda ito para sa Team Falcons. Early game should be under our control and just some really good animations para umpisahan ang ating ikalawang laban ng araw na ito. Another best of 3. The winner gets to stay in the upper bracket and the loser will have to go down the lower. It's Team Falcons Philippines kontra sa Guangzhou Gaming.
Maganda yung dalawang pangat dito ni Exing. That's not something that Falcons should give freely. Laking bagay. I mean, it looks very small, but I believe that all of the mid laners out there, yung bagay na nakapagpakat yung dalawang base. At ito na, the strength of the Guile, Dirot. Wala muna si Gon Freaks. Si Guile muna.
Mas recency bias eh. Recency bias. Oh my gosh, nga pala.
Sakit. Ang
para sa mga
kinauwi agad.
Para sa mga hindi pa nakakuha ng mga Street Fighter skin might as well, kunin nyo na yan. Kasi mas madalas na gagamitin yan. Pero si Recall, lumapit na naman na paggamit ng Flicker itong si Ogwen. So that is gonna be a battle spell na hindi na muna niya mako-consume as of the moment. Kyle, on the other hand, ito na yung babad na plano talagang gawin ni May. As per usual, Guangzhou Gaming is doing the right things with the kits that they have.
It is important na medyo pigilan itong isang Ling. Alam natin na may konting advantage naman ng Lowland over the Ling in the early stages. And if you recall, MSC 2024 was all about that trade between the Assassin Ling and the Nolan. Papalitan lang. Fanny even being used in that rotation. So, may konting glimpses nung time na yung Falcons kaya huling naka-step up sa international stage with that. And part of the narrative then is paano mo i-contest yung pag-farm ng isang Ling. But you do have the advantages na Nolan. Mas mabilis kang konti. However, with the meta that we have right now, alam natin na madaming options yung mga junglers kasi malakas na yung gold na nakuha mo from the green camps.
Now, the first turtle has finally appeared. Si May na naman nakalimalatartagan pero babawi naman paunti-unti. It's gonna be a first blood in favor of Ogwen. A double kill para dito kay Recall. Isa-isa natatapyasan ang mga members dito ng Team Falcon. Si Kyle has to back away pero napababa siya ng biglaan. A major blunder para sa simula ng Pilipinas as Guangzhou Gaming gets the first win in terms of the team fights.
4th pick na Zushi. Nakita natin na sobrang tindi nung ambag niya dun sa labanan. Masyadong dikit-dikit din ng mga members ng Team Falcons Philippines, but also Nolan was blowing out yung kanyang mga nakalaban na nakatapat ng sobrang bilis na napatay agad din si Flap. Big misstep coming out from Team Falcons. I'm actually surprised na 600 gold lang inilamang dito ng Guangzhou Gaming after that kind of decisive win sa first turtle fight. But that is still a massive victory in the end.
I would say na dahil din siguro sa ang napatay nitong si Kyle, walang iba kundi yung jungler din nung kabila. So kahit paano medyo napigilan yung scaling talaga ng todo. The shutdown gold might have been there as well. So Kyle needs some more room para kahit paano ay makabawi-bawi siya dito sa laban na to. He only has the orange buff as of the moment. Both Ogwen and Achi have been protecting yung kanyang purple buff para mas makapag-engage siya ng malinis over the next few team fights. And Guangzhou Gaming right now 4-1, tila sinorpresa nila at ginulat nila. Just incredible positioning na nagbula dito kay Xing, and I think he's gonna be continuing that kind of pacing knowing na gumana yun para sa kanila kanina.
Guangzhou Gaming knows how to operate itong kanilang Nolan at ganun din yung kanilang Zushin. Even the Hilda is playing so well. So a trio mid coming up from Guangzhou Gaming paying dividends so far. And Modi na nabigyan ng isang mahirap na task up against the Dairot, nalagpasan na niya yung laning stage at ngayon nag-lane na siya sa may gitna and actually helping his team out, erasing yung innate na lamang ng isang Dairot over this Esmeralda.
Kailangan talagang dahan-dahanin to sa ngayon ng Team Falcons. Nabanggit ni Wolf kanina na may kaukulang kalamangan talaga itong si Recall upon the early portions of the game kontra dito kay Kyle, but eventually the damage is gonna be effective pag medyo tumagal na yung ating sagupaan. So Team Falcons, not like the ones that they were doing kanina. Medyo mabagal yung laro natin ngayon. They aren't really forcing any sort of engages, pero ito na naman si Sai. Speaking of which, andun na naman si Super Marco. May's gonna be doing the same. Nakapag-flicker na Super Marco, so that is gonna be another battle spell consumed. Naiipit doon sa itaas itong si Ogwen. Parating na rin itong si Xing at tila hindi yata sila naging ready sa sitwasyon, which is gonna be meaning na magkakaroon naman ng extra takedown and Marco might be coming up next at siya ay mabubuhay pa! But yes, he's still gonna be able to take one down. At napaganda pa yata yun ang bahagya kasi nakakuha din tayo ng pagong.
I think this is overall gonna be favor Team Falcons. Nakita naman natin sa overall gold na natapyasan din yung lead na meron ng Guangzhou Gaming. But still, not a bad fight for Guangzhou Gaming. Especially kasi nakakuha ng kills doon si Isai. And I'm actually surprised that Ogwen pop the ultimate na ganun kalalim. Ang commendable dito para sa akin is Zushin. Ang ganda ng targeting niya, spatial awareness. Paggamit niya ng kanyang ultimate, sabay disperse out with that flicker para walang extra punish. Pero si Sai, dugong Pinoy, parang nananalaytay eh. Naramdaman niya, kailangan ko itong ibira eh. At yun na. Grabe, kakagising pa lang ni Marco. Binanatan agad sa may top lane.
Tol, hindi instant replay yun ha. Para sa lahat ng mga nanonood, that was legitimately happening. As soon as matapos yung instant replay, Marco is off to a 1-2-0 start. Parang aware yata yung Guangzhou Gaming na saan niya manggagaling yung damage in the early portions of the game. Pero ngayon babanat sila. Falling Star Moon is gonna be utilized as well. Andun naman yung Black Shoes pero hindi pa pinapop off ito si Haji. Instant flicker na naman ang kanyang gagamitin, forcing May to finally go down. It was an outplay that has worked para sa Team Falcons but not at the loss of a battle spell.
Massive blowouts ulit mula dito sa Guangzhou Gaming. Gagamitin din ulit ito kanilang Zushin sa may top lane. I'm actually surprised how often sila umiikot dito sa may top lane. Talagang hindi pinapalaro itong si Brody. Super Marco 1-2-0 Championship Brody. Nakita natin ngayon ay pinapahirapan din sa may top lane. Harit is a very scary hero in this board state para sa Falcons. And the reason why I say that is meron siya kasing way para ma-bypass yung Ling. Meron siyang pang-kill dun kay Ling, kay Brody kung sakali. Hindi ganun ka one-sided. Hindi talagang favored yung matchup sa kanya, but there is always a chance. If you play and pilot this Harith properly, pwede ka talaga makakuha ng magandang late game dito para sa Guangzhou Gaming.
Yup, and now they're gonna be transitioning papunta dito sa susunod na pagong. 1-1 ang ating talaan sa major objective na yan, pero lalabanan nila itong si Xing na napagamit na naman ng kanyang Crimson Beacon pero mawawala si Flap ng biglaan at si Recall na naman na makakuha nitong pagong pero mawawala itong si Xing. Mukhang papalag na sila completely as Muddy May is gonna be going down as well. It's gonna be a 2v4 situation at yung nauna na namatay para sa Team Falcons ay nabaliktad nila completely. Now, they're gonna be setting their sights patungo dito sa gitnang tore.
They've tried to push. Ang ganda nung ginawa doon ng mga members ng Guangzhou Gaming. Pero mas maganda yung pinakita ng Falcons. This time, identifying Zushin was the problem. Kailangan yung unang mamatay dito is the Zushin. At hindi na makaka-dire-diretso ng teamfight ang side ng Guangzhou. And in fairness with Falcons, if they target properly, katulad nung ginawa doon ni Ogwen na may nasakyan agad siya.
Oo.
Yung Brody with the lane and of course yung damage output ng isang Tyroth. Kumakanayan. May konting synergy ang Dyroth at Ling. Hindi pala konti. Mataas ang synergy ng Dyroth at Ling because of the minus armor. One of the oldest plays na yan in the book. Gina-combo yung Dyroth with the Lancelot and the Ling. It also was the combo back when nag-champion ang Falcons then AP Bren ng World Championship. Meron talagang Dyroth plus Assassin doon.
Xing, ang kanila magiging target, parang yun yata ang formula towards success. The flicker is still not present para dito kay Ogwen, kaya mukhang hihintayin muna nila yan sa ngayon. It's gonna be a potential attack mula sa Team Falcons, pero instead si Flap ang inabangan and he's gonna be the one going down bago lumabas itong pinakaunang pagong Guangzhou Gaming with a lot of surprises in this first match kahit natablado na yung lamang natin pagdating sa gold.
Falcons have already recuperated. Kailangan na ngayon ma-utilize itong kanilang Brody. Not sure if magsistick sila sa ganitong playstyle na inaalay talaga nila si Flap. It works right now pero I don't think it will work later on.
Uy, napatempel sa blades na. Para lang sana makaalis doon sa sitwasyon na yun. So wala siyang ultimate. Kailangan pa maghintay ng cooldown bago lumabas itong susunod or bago sila sumugod dito sa susunod na objective which is going to be the Lord. Kaya naman mabilis na rumes po yung Team Falcons. Medyo umaalalay sila ng konti pero ganun din naman ang ginagawa nitong Guangzhou Gaming. In fact, Modi is already there. But who is gonna be landing this first major objective towards their side?
Fairness with this rotation malaki lang ganun kabilis. Actually, prompt some reactions coming out from Guangzhou. Nolan na nagpakita dun sa my bottom lane. Malaking prompt to para sa Falcons. Alam natin mabilis maglakad ang sa Nolan but there's a lot of information being given para sa Falcons. Pwesto na rin sila dito malapit dun sa may left mid bush.
Dinadaan nila to. It's gonna be May again ang unang magpapakita. Mabilis na biniblitz, biniburst down nitong Lord. Andun naman si Ogwen pero siya ang unang mamamatay. It's gonna be Kyle waiting for a final time to strike. Sino ang kanyang unang hinahanap? In fact, magbaback away muna siya. Andun naman yung Black Shoes. Papalag na naman yung iba sa mga members ngayon. Tempest Blade is gonna be utilized. Mamamatay si May. Makakawala si Kyle. Babanat na naman ito si Super Marco pero magpa-flicker. Papasok ito si X-Ying. So it's still gonna be a 1-for-1. Lamang pa rin ng 400 itong Team Falcons. But we cannot deny Guangzhou is giving them a run for their money. X-Ying medyo nasusunog ng bahagya. Papalagaya sila. The answer is gonna be no. Hahabulin siya ni Kyle. There it is. X-Ying goes down. What a find from Kyle. And Guangzhou will be back in a way.
Look at that Lord Dance at yung movement naman ng Falcons outwitting Guangzhou. War of the Attrition won by Falcons. Yung parang back and forth nila na of course, hindi maganda na namamatay doon si Ogwen pero yung exchange was an immediate kill onto May. Nung nag-commit yung Guangzhou, naging awkward kasi hindi tumatama yung mga skill nila. And then, doon sa second engage nila, Zushin, yung pagka-ulti, hindi ganun ka-on point at napunish agad yun ng Team Falcons.
Blades andito, Retri andito rin na si Kyle. Sure ball ang makakuha niya. Now it's gonna be go time para sa Green Falcons. Sa si Sai ang kanila makakuha. Flickers coming out. In fact, Retris, ano ba yun? Recalls. Ang dami ko na kasing hindi naalala. Pero ngayon nagbabalik na naman. One thing is for sure though, Falcons are in the game and they are leading by 2K.
And how about that? Coming out from Team Falcons. Retribution, tapos yung pagkuha nila ng kill afterwards. Well done, coming out from Kyle. Ooh. And Sai did not have the Purify noong time na yun.
Haji, just the perfect pressing of the button para makapalag na naman sila ng paunti-unti. That Black Shoes led to May's death. Another turret is gonna be destroyed. Kasama na rin nila ang Lord. Recall is gonna be heading back to base. Wala naman yung mga energy shields, so sigurado na babangga na naman yung Lord. Pero medyo dinedelay pa ito ng Guangzhou because they don't want to have anything to do with it. Pero si Recall, kamuntikan. Pero ginamit na naman yung Deadly Magic para makawala doon. They will still be able to protect those inhibitors, but we can now feel the surge of power para sa Green Falcons.
Galing mag-punish ng Team Falcons ito. Knowing na walang Purify yung Harith, talagang pinuntahan nila doon and then Hilda being taken out, forcing din yung ultimate coming out from Zushin. This early game centric lineup coming up from Guangzhou, humihina na. Kailangan nila talaga protektahan itong si Harith. So far, Sai has been doing a great job but it will not be enough up against Falcons. Kailangan dire-diretso na nakakapag-conserve ka ng Purify mo. You're communicating with your team. you're gonna be the one to punish yung Falcons sana, but it's the other way around. Falcons, ang galing mag-manage nung pwestuhan nila. Map movement nila was perfect. At syempre yung decision making na kung sino yung tatargetin nila sa mga teamfights nandun.
I have to say, Hachi has been clutch para dito sa laban na to dahil yung black shoes niya nagpapanalo sa kanila pero may naipit na isa. It's gonna be Modi going down bago mag-umpisa yung labanan para doon sa mga major objectives. Hindi yata nakuha yun ng GZG. Instead, it went to the side of Team Falcons PH at dahil doon lolobo palalo yung kanilang kalamangan na 4.8k kanina. Ngayon ay 6.4 na. They're looking at the bot lane this time. Susugod na si Kyle. Conceal is gonna be there as well. Si Flap ay magta-target to sa may banda ilalim. Sai is gonna be using that Zaman Force as well. Pero may nalatagal naman. Tempest of Blaze is gonna be utilized all for the sake of getting the inhibitor turret na matagal na nilang inaasamin. Finally, they got it in their hands.
At tingin mo yung conceal play kamar ng Falcons, they were pushing. Kadalasan, di mo maisip na gumawa na gano'ng ka-aggressive na but what that achieved is na forcing Zaman Force in an awkward spot. Nakita agad nila kasi yung Harith. Nagkaroon sila ng access dun sa my backlines. All they had to do was to commit one of their battle spell and kay Ogwen lang yun. At ang naging resulta, nakapag-push sila kasi yung Zaman Force coming out from Sai was in an awkward spot. Falcons really know how to force out some errors wala sa Guangzhou.
Those errors have been really crucial mula sa Chinese representatives. Team Falcons, great finds mula kay Kyle. Namatay siya ng isang beses nung unang 2 minuto ng ating laban. Ever since, it has never happened. 5-1 and 4 para dire-diretso. Ogwen, a lot of great pick-offs para maumpisahan itong laban na to. And in fact, nandun siya sa may bandang likuran. Manggagaling sa River Bush itong kupunan ng GZG as they will be setting their sights para dito sa susunod ng Lord ng laban na ito. Kinakalahati na ng Team Falcons. They're leading 6.9k in terms of gold at magbaback away sila with a minor reset.
Sa reset daw para dito sa Guangzhou, much needed. Malayo nga lang yung Nolan. This is Expanding River, so medyo malapit. Pero yung Falcons nakaramdam, nakaamoy. Iba-burst na nila.
Yeah, they're gonna be turning right away. They're going for the heroes. Pero instead, hati pala yung nagiging action. Kasi si Kyle nakakuha na ng Lord. Sabay lipat na naman tayo with these heroes dahil nakalock sila towards kay Sai. Yung dash ay wala na magagawa pa. It's gonna be the Harith going down. Si Kyle ay nasa likuran. Yung iba ay nasa harapan. And naamoy na rin ang Team Falcons ang kanilang tagumpay na ngayon ay pinapatakbo na talaga nila completely ang Guangzhou Gaming pabalik sa kanilang base.
Hindi na pag-verblade si Kyle.
Hindi ba nakapag...
Okay lang yun. Nakuha niya pero naglakad.
Oo.
Pero pang-asar na lang yan dahil mag-push na nga sila dito.
Yup, it's still gonna be
Oh my
A-okay.
goodness.
Another going down. Modi. Hindi man lang natin naramdaman yung physical or magic defense na meron siya because either way si Recall ay ganun din naman ang magiging kinahihinatnan as Team Falcons Philippines and ecstatic